point. His costume was he's not a big dude.
No, he's pretty lanky.
Mm-hmm. But his costume made him look even more menacing.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt that was fantastic. And then his makeup. His makeup was absolutely phenomenal. Kudos to the makeup artist. It was beautiful.
It was so good, it looked fake.
Exactly. It was so good. It was hard to believe that he was actually wearing makeup.
Exactly. It was so good and so comic accurate and so flawless that it was almost hard to believe that it was real. It almost seemed cartoon.
I felt bad for him, actually, because I know how long he had to sit there in that chair and deal with that makeup. And, I mean, kudos to everybody who worked on that, because that was absolutely phenomenal.
Bad points of this movie, personally, I felt it was a little short. I felt like they could have drawn out that whole taking down of Hydra that they did, because there was a whole big montage scene that they did.
Yeah, that could have been drawn out a little more.
Like, focus up, maybe, like, do, like, 1 or 2 missions, short missions, like, maybe, like, 3 or 4 minutes of it, per mission, but they kind of glazed over that, and I felt like that was the only thing they could have really expanded on to make the movie feel a little bit more flushed out, because I felt like we reached the climax too soon. That was really my only one complaint.
See, I have to disagree. I'm sorry. I felt like it was well paced. I didn't feel like we reached the climax too soon. I felt like we got just enough of everything. I mean, he goes from being an everyday guy to being, okay, now he's a soldier, but he's still not even allowed to fight, to finally he gets his chance to fight. And I felt like he had just long enough to prove himself before they, everything that happened with Hydra, and then personally, I felt like it was perfect. But that's my opinion. So.
All right. There's a dance number scene with the Rockettes. I've been hearing rumors back when they were still writing the script for this movie that that was how they were going to introduce the costume. But when I actually saw what the costume was with the whole military aspect, I thought they had canned that whole thing. Oh no! No, you got a big song and dance number.
Yeah.
Couple times, and it's the actual original. So for those of you Captain America fans who were like complaining that he didn't have the little wings on his mask, you'll get them. Don't worry, you will.
They're actually on his helmet too.
They are painted on his helmet, which is why I never.
On his helmet.
Yeah, which I thought really worked. Before we leave and say our goodbyes, and
the only bad thing about this movie, CG. I didn't care for the CG.
Okay. So, before we why don't we give our rating, and then after that we will talk about something else, which I feel like should be addressed by itself. So, what do you rate this movie?
I'm gonna have to rate it at full price.
Okay.
I mean, if you're cheap like me, matinees are always nice. But there's no reason not to pay full price for this movie. I did think it was really, really good.
I'm actually gonna praise this movie. This movie was. Like I said, it was the best, in my personal opinion, one of the best of the Avengers movies. It was campy, but like I said, it worked, and it worked and hit me in it hit all the right tones for me, so I'm going to praise this movie. Before we leave, we're going to talk very quickly about something else that I feel needs to be addressed.
Okay.
At the end of this movie, we were brought something very, very, very amazing. The first teaser trailer to the Avengers. First impressions, what do you think of it?
I think it actually looks really, really cool. We get a look at some of the costumes in this movie, and they do change a little bit.
Almost every one of the costumes have changed. Thor's costumes changed, Captain America's costumes changed. I didn't see anything with Iron Man's new armor yet, but I'm assuming that they're going to change.
Well, they didn't really show Iron Man, so...
Like 2 seconds. 2 seconds. But...
So, but yeah, definitely stay after the credits. It only takes a few minutes.
No, I mean, but oh my god, sent chills down my spine just thinking about it.
Yeah, it's torture, but it's good torture.
It's something that you're gonna want to go like, I don't care if it's bootleg, I gotta find it online now because I don't watch it again.
Yeah, exactly.
So with that, I'm Sam.
I'm Marissa.
And you guys have just been informed. Take care, guys.
And we're back from a very patriotic review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I know me and Marissa did. Well, We enjoyed recording it for you. So regardless, now we're going to tell you how to spend your weeks, because as usual, you guys don't know how to spend it. Let us begin with the Geek Planner. And starting off, as we usually do, with DVDs and Blu-rays. This week we've got a few more DVDs coming out, actually some of which I'm actually kind of excited to see. The first is actually Source Code, Jake Gyllenhaal's next movie. Very Matrixy-esque as he tries to figure out who bombed the train by taking on the life of someone else before he went kablowie! I like Jake Gyllenhaal, and I actually really like this director. He's the guy who did that independent film, Boo! And this is his first big Hollywood movie, so I'm excited to see what this film's all about. Check it out on DVD. Also coming out is Dylan Dog, starring the failed Superman Brandon Routh. I really like the concept. I've never read the comic that this film is based off of, but I love the concept. The idea that a living investigator solving the crimes of the afterlife or the nightlife, or you know what I mean. So regardless, I'm actually kind of excited to see what this one's all about. And finally, Stargate Atlantis. Under the sea, under the sea. Actually, not quite that Atlantis, but you guys understand what I mean. The complete series is now on Blu-ray and DVD. Check that, guys, out. Tell me, man, what happens when you mix Western and sci-fi together? You get this weekend with Cowboys and Aliens, directed by Jon Favreau, the director of Iron Man. But apparently not Iron Man 2. But anywho, this one is actually kind of cliche in my opinion. I'm not big into Westerns, and I think adding aliens is just cliche. So sue me! The other one is Crazy Stupid Love, which is another rom-comedy adventure kind of film with Steve Carell. His movies are hit and miss with me, but you know what? You know what it's also got? Emma Stone, who's Gwen Stacy in the new amazing Spider-Man films, and all her redheaded glory. Wait, redhead? I thought Gwen Stacy was a blonde. Who cares? Moving on! And last but not least, we tell you how to spend your weeks with our picks. This week is a personal favorite of mine, a series I like to call Kamen Rider W! A Japanese series, and for those of you who can't stand subtitles, tough luck, I got nothing for you. But for those of you who do mind subtitles, definitely check the series out. It's a lot of fun. Awesome action, awesome story, and some very interesting cross-dressing kind of people. I'm sorry, Philip looks like a girl for me. I don't know. So sue me. Links down below for the torrents. Check that series out, and let us know what you guys think. And with that, that brings another episode to a close. I'd like to thank you guys all for checking us out, and also check out the Pop Culture Network, filled with lots of other shows quite like this, like That New Toy Smell, Radical Retro Toy Talk, and all other kinds of fun stuff. And also check out the store, right? That's the little button like on the side right there. That's where you can get all kinds of DVDs, toys, video games, all kinds of cool stuff. And it helps us and me make more shows like this. So, with that, I bid you guys adieu and farewell, and I'm going to rematch W. Go back here, you! So you want a rematch, huh? I think you're Mr. Tough Guy, huh? I can take you, I can take you. Hey. Hey, who's he?
あ、ごめん。それ俺の。
なんだって。えい。
ありがとう。でも逃げんのはこいつ倒してからかな。
は？
変身。
What's he doing? I don't like the look of that. What's that song?
行くぜ。